Oh, jeez. Hello, guys. Today, we're going to be discussing my opinion on Transformers Cyberverse. Let's get to it. Alright, my opinion on Transformers Cyberverse toy line. Part 2, we're doing the show. Polls are going to be great. You should check them both out. Alright, so let's do this. So, the Transformers Cyberverse toy line is the youngest toy line of the Transformers so far, which we have 3 lines going, which I'm going to be discussing them all in the month of February and January. It's, the 2 months of Transformers, because my YouTube channel is not starting early enough in the month to make this the month of Transformers. But you guys deserve it. So, here we go. The 2 months of Transformers, Episode 1, Part 1 of Transformers Cyberverse, my opinion on it. And we're going to start out with the toys. Alright, so every toy in Cyberverse has one thing in common, one thing primarily. They all have gimmicks. And oh boy, every single toy has this freaking gimmick. All the boxes showcase it. It's annoying. Okay, gimmicks. Let's talk about gimmicks, which is what I'm talking about already. This is an example of a bad gimmick. I don't mind a gimmick, okay? I really don't. I don't mind one, okay? But if a toy's articulation is affected by that gimmick, unless it's like something we'll get on here in a minute, his legs are not posable at all. You can't bend his knee, you can't bend his hips. Like, really? Hasbro. This is Starscream, in my case Acid Storm, but this figure's originally Starscream. This is, by gosh, one of your most popular characters. And you have rendered his warrior class figure the worst of the warrior classes so far. So far. I'm not 100% sure if the warrior classes are, if there's a worse one. But from my 3, Starscream, or again in my case Acid Storm, is the worst of the bunch. Is the bottom dollar of the deal. Here's another example. This is what I call a medium gimmick. Like, this is a bad gimmick, and this is a medium gimmick. Like, it's cool, but you're only going to use it once, really. Not in my case, of course. I love this gimmick. Okay. Anyway, Megatron here. This is the warrior class Megatron, not the leader, which we will be talking about later, and we'll be comparing. His gimmick is this fusion maze kind of thing, which you saw in episode 7, or no, episode 6. We saw the fusion maze in episode 6 when he was a gladiator. And this is a really cool gimmick. You can almost use it like a spinning ball of fire on his hand if you go up and down with a little hook on the back of his arm. And this is really cool because you make it spin and you can kind of like throw it, which is really, really cool. But it does render this arm completely unbendable at the elbow. Everything else is fine. It doesn't have a hand or anything, but this hand's not bendable. And it can't hold it, and this doesn't come with any accessories. So, there's really no point to be a hole in the hand other than there's a hole in the hand. So, this is what I call a good gimmick, but it doesn't really need to be there, so we're going to call that the medium gimmick. And then we're going to call this one the best gimmick. And I'm not doing this just because I love Shockwave. No. If his gimmick was bad, he would be a bad gimmick. No. He's got this really nice wave cannon on the back of it, where, as you can see here, the thing on his back flips up to have a power surge, and this has nothing to do with articulation. His elbows can bend, his shoulders are full 360, he swivels at mid-thigh, and he's got knee articulation. This is not affected by a bad gimmick. No, it's not affected. Like, seriously, and that's even part of his transformation. They use it in his transformation, so it's perfect. This gimmick doesn't affect the figure, and I know why. One, this is Shockwave. They don't want to ruin that, even though they ruined Starscream and almost Megatron. No. His spider tank mode requires him to be very, very flexible, and that's what I really like about the Cyberverse toys, which we'll get into his other figure, the Ultra Class one. And this, it just feels right. Like, it looks cool, sure, and it just feels good to do. So, he's a really good gimmick. I recommend this figure for anyone who's looking for a good Shockwave figure or just a deluxe-sized Shockwave. Because what are these called? The Warrior Class? Yeah. And then we're going to talk about Mr. Leader Class Megatron over here. Now, I do have his box back here, so let's pull this up. So, his gimmick is this Fusion Mega Shot. Ooh, big name. And this is the Leader Class sold for $30, so you know it's not going to be like Power of the Prime's Leader Class, or I wouldn't even call War for Cybertron Siege Leaders. Like, this is what $30 is what War for Cybertron Siege Leaders should be priced at. Actually, no, bump that up to $40. I'll get to that in the War for Cybertron Siege ramp. Okay, anyway, this is where in his robot mode you can do the blast, and in his tank mode. And that's really, really cool, because you're like, oh yeah, that's really cool. And then you're looking at the figure a little more, and you can realize that he doesn't have elbow articulation. This is a Leader Class figure, sold for about $30, and most Leaders are sold for $50. So, not only is this his large Megatron, completely useless if you want to have a Power of the Primes, Optimus, and a Cyberverse Megatron duel it out. This is all Megatron's going to be doing the entire battle. That's stupid. No one wanted this over elbow articulation. He's got shoulder articulation. Other than that, this is a solid Megatron figure. Yeah, you can duel it out with Power of the Prime's Prime, but you're not going to want to. Yeah. Okay. And let's talk about the final Cyberverse figure that I own. Possibly my favorite, and that is the Transformers Cyberverse Ultra Class Shockwave. Now, I picked this one up a while back in like, I ordered it off of Amazon when it was still codenamed Attack 20 Kramer. I also pre-ordered this one as Attack 15 Kramer on Amazon when they were codenamed, because Hasbro doesn't like you to be able to pre-order the Cyberverse ones for some weird reason, which I don't get. Okay, anyway, this one I would, again, place under a medium. This is the only good Ultra Class figure. This is about the Voyager size. This is a good Voyager Shockwave for you. I mean, all Shockwaves are pretty much Voyager, even the Leader Class War for Cybertron Siege Shockwave is Voyager size, which again, I'll get to that in another video. And then this is his little gimmick, the Shock Blast, and yes, I know that's another character. Well, it's a renamed Shockwave. This is his little gimmick. Okay, pretty cool. You know, it's a blast. It's a shock blast. And, you know, it's pretty cool. It does render his elbow uses. But here's a special case. The really cool thing about his transformation is he transforms, again, as a spider tank. You can pull out an extra arm from his chest for his transformation because he's going to need it. And you can have that elbow articulation. Granted, he's going to have a freaking cannon on his back, but if you just want a two-armed, fully articulated Shockwave, this is the figure. This is a really nice figure for that. Like, I know a lot of people are comparing this to the Transformers War for Cybertron Deluxe Class Shockwave, because it had two arms and it had this cannon thing. And this is a solid Shockwave figure for $20. And yeah, $20. These are $15 at Walmart. And this is not only bigger, but usually it has a little more articulation. Now, out of these two, the Warrior Class Shockwave and the Ultra Class, I'm going to have to recommend, if you've already got a collection of Warriors, definitely get Shockwave, the Warrior one. But unless you just want Shockwave himself, I mean, of course you should get them both, but this is going to be the one for you. So, I don't get it. I really don't. Oh, right. There's one thing. How about the Ultra Classes? See, these are in boxes. This is in a nice, sturdy box. These are in nice, sturdy boxes. And then this is open. Hasbro, you screwed it up again.